from the top floor of the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville. Welcome to Dream Funders, the show that hopes to match big ideas with big bucks.
Come on, we got to see this, right?
I'm Melissa Fraser with our esteemed panel of investors that we like to call funders.
Hi, Dream Funders.
All right.
I'm here today seeking $150,000.
And that's hard cash.
My name is Tom Petschke, designer of the patent-pending bourbon barrel toothpick.
I know how these things are sold all over the world.
I think you can maybe identify those little niche pieces in your business that could really make this thing special.
I will for sure be a customer.
I'm searching for $15,000 in exchange for 20% of my business.
You adjust the strapping, and then it just allows you to work safely.
How long have you been working on this idea?
I've been working on it for about the last year in development.
And it sounds like we've got a success story.
Thank you.
Today I'm here to pitch you a product idea called the Shower Sitter. That is a shower chair for babies.
I think that we can help you.
I think you're onto something.
This has never been done before.
When I do something, I want to do it all the way.
Because I want this brand to be synonymous with empowerment, helping others.
I think it's a great idea.
We are Phone Falcon.
Because this is an ever-present problem in our society.
We are the premier solution.
Looks like it's working.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate everything.
Sounds like you have an offer here to help you get this thing off the ground. What do you say to that?
Say thank you, God. Thank you, thank you.
Will the next big thing be born in Louisville? We think so. Dream Funders, where we match the dreamers and the funders. I'm Melissa Fraser. Welcome to Dream Funders, the show that hopes to match big ideas with big bucks. We match the dreamers with the funders. Louisville has long been a breeding ground for innovation. Anything is possible here. And right now, we're hoping to see more dreams come true on this all-new local TV series that matches small business owners with big-time investors. We're coming to you from the top floor of Louisville's Fraser History Museum, and we have a big show on tap. Meet a Louisville woman who's hoping to make lots of dough by making you a better baker.
All they have to do is take off the backing and put it right on their already iced cake.
And are toothpicks the ticket to riches for this man?
We manufacture everything right here in Crestwood, Kentucky.
We'll see. And meet a man who says he's invented the pillow that solves a common problem for people with sleep apnea.
This is where it all began. This is the Psyche CPAP pillow.
We'll meet our dreamers over the next hour, but first, let's meet the funders. Micah Busey, a Louisville native whose latest venture was just voted the #1 direct sales company in America. He's a CEO and a marketing guy in search of the next big thing. We have Phil Mason, who spent 40 years owning, operating, buying, and selling major companies, many of them right here in Louisville, from modeling agencies to full-service hotels. Pat Yates, who hit it big with his Happy Feet. He's appeared on Shark Tank with that business, which is now a $4 million a year company. And finally, Jennifer Graham, a successful entrepreneur herself, most notably with her business called Cuddle Clones, which makes plush versions of people's favorite pets. Okay, let's see if we can make a match. Up first, a local man hoping to cash in on the bourbon boom in Louisville with a new use for old barrels.
Hello, Dream Funders. My name is Tom Petschke, founder of Petschke Pick and designer of the patent-pending bourbon barrel toothpick and skewer and other various products out of bourbon barrels. Today we're going to show you some of our products here firsthand by giving you some samples, and you'll see that we have some customizable products, skewers, shot glass, and a sample, because a lot of people don't like to open up the shot glass after it's been sealed, especially when this one has the special Dream Funders logo on the back of it.
There you go.
So it's a customizable shot glass.
I'm waiting for the sample.
Okay.
Bourbon.
Yep. There's the sample.
All right.
You missed out on where's the drink with it?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And there's that. And that. And let me grab you a shot glass. So you'll notice the shot glass is customizable. For tonight we have the Dream Funders logo on it. It comes capped with a cork, and it is dipped in wax to seal the freshness in. We also stamp our seal into the top to kind of give it that overall really nice look. So what a lot of people will do is they'll purchase these for special events. They'll save them as keepsakes for a special event that they wanted to remember. We've done weddings and special hunts and things like that. And you know, a lot of people have asked me, well, why would you manufacture a toothpick out of a bourbon barrel? And the answer is, well, you can't always have a bourbon, but you can always have a bourbon barrel toothpick. And so the other product that we manufacture is the skewer. And the skewer allows you to marinate your meat from the inside out. You simply float your skewers in your favorite bourbon or your marinade, load up your meats and vegetables, put them on the grill, and it adds that extra flavor to your meat and vegetables. The competitive edge that every chef is looking for helps them achieve that. The other competitive advantage of the bourbon barrel skewer is the fact that it's square in shape. So if you've ever tried to grill up some skewers and you rotate them and your meat and vegetables are rotating around the skewer, well, these allow the meats and vegetables to stay more in position as you're rotating the product on the grill. Some other products that we are in different phases of development and manufacture and sales include the stir stick, chopstick, and wood shavings. And all of the product that I've mentioned so far is covered in a patent that we have that's currently in the patent pending phase. We expect the patent to come through by the second quarter of next year. So there's a lot of upside to this business. You might think, well, do I really want to invest in a toothpick and a skewer business? But there's a lot of upside to the business, one of which that may not be as intuitive would be the wood shavings. I've worked with a few folks that do home brewing, and they like to take those wood shavings, make what they call a tea bag out of it, float it in during the brewing process that they go through to add that extra special flavor into their beer. There's also some upside to that as well in more of the other alcoholic drinks and other non-alcohol drinks that would be adding some extra flavor to it. And quite honestly, you could even make a tea that's a bourbon flavored tea using those wood chips. So today I'm here to talk to you about what we can do to work together to come up with a good business relationship to help bring Petschke Pick to the next level. Right now we manufacture out of our home, sell through our online website, through some other online websites, as well as some local stores. We are working with the distillery in Gatlinburg, Tennessee to get set up. We're with a small micro distillery right now in their gift shop. So there's a lot of potential for us to grow. And so with that, I want to know if there's any Dream Funders here that want to join Petschke Pick and help us take it to the next level.
$1 million valuation. Tell us about your sales.
Well, sales, the good news is there's a lot of upside to that.
That's a good opening line.
Yeah.
It's a big idea, but will it get backing from any of our funders?
It's just, what is it worth to you?
Our panel of funders weighs in when Dream Funders returns. Welcome back to Dream Funders. I'm Melissa Fraser, and we're at the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville, where we hope to make someone's dream come true.
We have some customizable products.
Earlier, Tom Petschke presented his idea to turn old bourbon barrels into toothpicks and skewers.
Some other products that we are in different phases of development and manufacture and sales include the stir stick, chopstick, and wood shavings. And all of the product that I've mentioned so far is covered in a patent that we have that's currently in the patent pending phase. We expect the patent to come through by the second quarter of next year. So there's a lot of upside to this business. You might think, well, do I really want to invest in a toothpick and a skewer business? But there's a lot of upside to the business, one of which that may not be as intuitive would be the wood shavings. I want to know if there's any dream funders here that want to join Petschke Pick and help us take it to the next level.
$1 million valuation. Tell us about your sales.
Well, sales, the good news is there's a lot of upside to that.
That's a good opening line.
Yeah. With manufacturing out of our home, we had sales last year of a couple $1,000s. This year we're on track for maybe $6,000 to $8,000. Again, when you're trying to sell online and through some local distribution, pretty difficult. That's what I'm really hoping to find here, is somebody that has some synergies with the sales, marketing, distribution center, somebody that might have some synergies in that they may have some manufacturing floor space that I can utilize. There's some equipment that we need to purchase with some funding that would help us get some more consistency to our product. Certainly, volume of the product as well.
One contact for you should be the guy at Bourbon Barrel Foods. I don't know if any of you know him. They make soy sauces and other
Matt
food
Jamie.
products.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. He and I have had some conversation. We just
I
haven't
think
been
that would be
able
a good partnership there.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Costs, as you know, the used bourbon barrels are pretty high in demand, and the costs of those are going up. How's that going to affect what you're doing?
It's really not been a problem. We're working with a local cooperage here in town. Their business model is they bring in the freshly emptied bourbon barrels. They repurpose those bourbon barrels to ship over to Scotland. And what I do is I work with them on the pieces that are cracked, so pieces that they would be sort of getting rid of anyway.
Okay.
Obviously,
That's
we
good.
don't need long pieces even to make a skewer, so it works great from that standpoint. Getting the raw material has not been an issue for us.
What's the retail price points and costs on the products?
We sell the shot glass for retail for $20, the skewers retail for $10, and we've got a margin of about 25 to 40% on the product.
Where do you advertise now, or where do you plan on advertising for your primary lead generation?
Right now we advertise through our website, word of mouth. If you ask my children, when we walk through and I see somebody chewing on a toothpick, I walk right up and start a conversation with them. And so a lot of word of mouth, a lot of talking to different people, gone out to a lot of different venues as far as downtown festivals and things like that, and it's gotten some traction with really the grassroots of folks coming up picking it up saying, yeah, this is just a really neat product. My husband has everything, I don't know what to get him, he likes bourbon. And when you think about the journey that this product has taken, planted a tree 30 plus years ago, cut down maybe 10 years ago, made into a barrel, and then filled up with spirits, sat there for 5-8 years distilling and adding flavor to some bourbon, and then it comes to Petschke Pick Factory. We manufacture into the toothpick skewers and other products, and kind of gives it that one last chance.
I like that. Do you have that on your website now? Just kind of that story?
Need to add that, but no, it's not detailed out like that. But it is a neat journey, and it's a neat made in America product, from the growth of the tree to the product in your mouth and your hand right now. And I'll let you pass this one around that's already open. You can give it a sniff, and it's usually the wow factor that really closes the deal when somebody wants to purchase a shot glass.
Micah, what are your thoughts on this?
That is really good.
I think a great idea. Done a great job on your branding. I mean, the product looks finished. It's ready to hit the shelves.
You drunk?
Me personally, though, I'm not sure this really fits into my strong suit.
when you think of the long-term vision of where can I really go with a bourbon barrel toothpick, the long-term vision is getting that person that walks into the gas station and they're going to buy a pack of gum because they're on the road and they want to have something to chew on and maybe want to avoid snacking. And they reach for the pack of gum and they look over and they see a small package of bourbon barrel toothpicks and it catches their eye and they say, and it's in more of a blister pack, much lower price in packaging, and then they grab that package of bourbon barrel toothpicks rather than the gum and they pop one open, have the experience you just had when you opened the shot glass and enjoy that toothpick and chewing it.
I think you need a liquor distributor. I think you have to partner with someone like that, and I think that's where it's going to be key, because these are going to be premiums. They're going to be giveaways.
That's right.
If somebody's going to put it at the liquor store and they're going to have it, and then someone's going to order online, that's really a special sauce. When someone buys this, the name should be on it, so if they ever want another one, they go on and find Maker's Mark, or they find Woodford, or they find Angels, they find anything.
Right.
And I think all those things could really build into a business, but I can't get past the valuation. There's just no way.
I've got a facility that can make all this product for you within 2 to 3 hours of their week. And at the same time, we can get you in 2 to 3 different distilleries, large ones. And if we can come together with an evaluation, I'll take 3/4 or 2/3 of the cash it takes to put in this thing.
Right.
But you have to be coachable. And what that means is you'll have to listen to us, especially about manufacturing and licensing. But we've got to get to a reasonable price, because I think you've got a product. I know how these things are sold all over the world.
Right.
It's just, what is it worth to you?
So what's your top in on equity if you did the $50,000? Let's say we contributed some, maybe it's not $50,000 in cash, like you said, I'm not sure you need that. He's going to put some manufacturing, have some capital, I have some resources as far as internet. What's your top in on the $50,000 or $50,000 in value one way or another, whether it's cash or contribution of services or manufacturing? I mean, it's not going to be 5%.
Right. What are you thinking?
Oh gosh.
I mean, it's really up to you. I mean, at this point, I don't even know how to counter. I'd almost be offensive.
Maybe we need to sit down and look at what you've done, how much sweat equity you have in it, how much your own cash you have in it, and maybe there's even a job for you running one of these plants.
Well, I'd love to talk to you further about all those options.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's still much more to come right here on Dream Funders, including a stay-at-home mom that has an idea that could turn into a whole new career.
I have come through a lot of people that have told me, wow, I wish I could do what you do.
And a local man who thinks he has a solution to what could be a real pain in the neck.
This is where it all began. This is the Psyche CPAP pillow.
Find out if their ideas are funded or just flops when Dream Funders continues. Welcome back to Dream Funders. I'm Melissa Fraser, coming to you from the top floor of the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville. The museum showcases innovation throughout centuries of American and world history. You'll find Geronimo's bow and arrows here, the real thing.
People come upon Geronimo's bow and arrow and they first say, oh my gosh, really? They can't believe that we have it here, and then they start reading about it, and their second impression is, how could he do any damage with that thing? I mean, it is just a stick with what looks like some twine wrapped around it, but I'm sure that he knew quite well what he was doing with that.
You can experience the exploration of Lewis and Clark as they did.
You know, Lewis and Clark started their historic Corps of Discovery from right here on the banks of the Ohio. And so today we have a wonderful children's interactive exhibit about the Corps of Discovery, and you can literally look out the window at the exit of that exhibit and see where it all started. So these stories are brought to life in ways that are engaging for the public through immersive environments, through historic interpreters that do We have over 125 different plays that we have written that are performed by our in-house teachers and actors to bring those stories to life in ways that are relevant and meaningful.
March inside the front of the house, pacing the piazza to and fro in military style.
Here, you can even trace the evolution of advertising in America through the archives of a local ad agency that has a deep and rich history here in Louisville.
If you like the show Mad Men, you will love this exhibit because it takes you through the thinking of all these great creative minds over time and some of the concepts that they came up with to make people know about and like their products.
Will another new business get off the ground here today? We hope so, as we put local entrepreneurs in front of our panel of investors. And right now, it's time to hear our next pitch. This man has two inventions that could save a lot of people. A real pain in the neck.
Hi, Dream Funders.
Hello.
My name is Todd Deach, and I'm president of Psyche Comfort Products. Psyche is an award-winning company that uses new material, new fabric, and new technology to create new quality of life products. Tonight, I'm going to introduce you to two products of our product line. This is the Psyche CPAP pillow, and this is Neck Guard. Both of these are original patented products, and both of these are a unique opportunity. It's a buy one, get one free type of deal. So I'm offering 20% of my company for $250,000. This is where it all began. This is the Psyche CPAP pillow. 1 in 15 Americans could be diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. And the treatment for obstructive sleep apnea is CPAP, or continuous positive airway pressure. However, the failure rate with CPAP is between 40 and 60% due to mass discomfort or sleeping position. I designed the Psyche CPAP pillow out of my own need. I'm a sleep apnea patient, couldn't comply with the CPAP therapy. The mass just irritated me. I couldn't sleep on my back. So I went 2 weeks with no sleep, and after 2 weeks, I thought I was gonna lose my mind. So I ended up throwing my mask across the room one morning, completely exhausted, and ended up going to my kitchen, getting the biggest knife I could find, and started carving up my pillow to get some relief. I tell people I named the company Psyche because I was psycho when I created it. So the pillow manages the CPAP tubing. It has a cover that helps regulate body temperature. It allows a side sleeping position, and it supports the neck. In fact, we've got 4 different sizes to ensure a custom fit. A good night's sleep begins here with Psyche. The second product I developed is a new ergonomic device called Neck Guard, and this is a device that allows you to work safely and comfortably overhead without risking a neck injury. If you've ever overreached, overstretched, or overcommitted and felt immediate pain or woke up the next morning with a stiff neck, you're one of 250,000 sprains, strains, and tears that occurs each year. These injuries cost the U.S. economy over $30 billion in lost wages, lost production, and lost careers, sometimes due to a debilitating neck injury. Neck Guard is designed to prevent this. It's lightweight, rugged, and easy to use. So whether you're a professional contractor or a homeowner with a weekend project, Neck Guard gives you the performance you desire and the comfort that you need. For work that's a pain in the neck, there's Neck Guard. So that's my company. Who wants to come on board?
What do you think? Would you put your money behind this idea? And more importantly, will any of our funders decide to pitch in?
It needs to go big. We need to be able to pull in from a larger market because...
Find out what happens when Dream Funders returns. I'm Melissa Fraser, back with you on Dream Funders, where we're matching local entrepreneurs with local investors. Earlier, Todd Deach pitched his idea for a pillow designed for people with sleep apnea.
1 in 15 Americans could be diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. And the treatment for obstructive sleep apnea is CPAP, or continuous positive airway pressure. However, the failure rate with CPAP is between 40 and 60% due to mass discomfort or sleeping position. I designed the Psyche CPAP pillow out of my own need. I'm a sleep apnea patient, couldn't comply with the CPAP therapy. The mask just irritated me. I couldn't sleep on my back. So I went 2 weeks with no sleep, and after 2 weeks, I thought I was gonna lose my mind. So I ended up throwing my mask across the room one morning, completely exhausted, and ended up going to my kitchen, getting the biggest knife I could find, and started carving up my pillow to get some relief.
Will this pillow bring Tom riches? Or is he just dreaming? So, funders, what do you think?
Thank you, Todd. What are your sales and where are you selling right now?
My sales, I've been in business for 7 years, so I had a setback a couple of years ago with an investor because we were doing very well. I won the vote award, as you saw. Things were going really well. Had a setback, hit the start button, and have been clawing my way back for the last 3 years. So the sales were not where they used to be. What was your second question?
Well, you answered them both, I guess. What were your sales, I guess, more sales revenues over the last couple of years? And then
Yeah, sales, well, at the peak, it went up to almost $60,000 per year. This past year, we had a few setbacks. We've had a manufacturer die. We had some quality issues with another manufacturer, so all that stuff has been resolved, but I'm kind of paying a premium for the pillow now.
What's the purchase price? I'm not sure we got the price of it, and I guess how many units have you moved this year?
Yeah, the retail price is $99 and $109. We've got 4 sizes: a small 3-inch, a standard 4-inch, a large 4.5, and an extra large 6. In fact, I've brought several of the pillows here if I can bring them over.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is the small 3.5, and this is the extra large 6-inch. And I have my 4.5-inch up here. Each patent is worth about $1 million roughly. So that's on the high end, it'd be $4 million. Based on sales, we've had a few setbacks, so I think at the low end, it's worth $500,000. So I kind of split the difference, kind of on the low end, just based on revenue. But like I said, that could change very quickly next year with the $1 million contract.
I'm wondering if you've thought about like the possible disruption of this product in the sense that the CPAP machines are becoming more and like smaller and smaller and smaller, to which you're not going to need all this equipment anymore as that technology advances. So what have you done to think about that, and maybe other product ideas that you have?
The pillow is the common problem with everything because there's a lot of people that sleep on their side, and that's the problem I had. The pillow kept pushing my mask off. So I think people are still going to use a pillow. They just need a pillow that's designed to work with CPAP, and that's what I'm offering.
Are there competitors for this pillow?
There are 3 other competitors, but the Psyche is the only memory foam pillow on the market. There's 2 fiber-filled and 1 foam, but I actually bought my competitor's pillow when I first had this problem, tried to get some relief.
Does the Food and Drug Administration regulate this product?
Yes. Yes, that's why we're only dealing with prescription patients. That's why we're not really making any claims. We can use it with any mask. It does help reduce the symptoms of sleep apnea. It does, well, I guess I can't say that. But we've had letters from our customers saying that this is the first time that they've been able to sleep through the night with their CPAP machine. So what we want to do is get some numbers with those anecdotal evidence. And
okay, funders,
yes,
it's time to make some decisions. Is there any interest in helping this gentleman out with this business?
Well, I have had experience with clinical trials, and if they tell me it's a year, it's 3.5. If they tell me it's 3 years, it's 7. So because of that, and I don't really invest in medical products that require clinical trials, I'm out.
This is a low-tech item, and we have talked to Amerigo Group, which does consulting for the FDA, and we were going to do a de novo classification, which takes about 7 months. So it's going to be a very easy test. It's not going to be that difficult. It's not going to take years and years.
At my age, I can't wait too long.
Well, I could wait longer, maybe, than you. I'm out.
I think it's an interesting product. I think you have a niche business. I don't think it's worth what you're trying to pitch for. And I think there's just too many things that I'm looking at that would be barriers, and I wish you the best, but I have to be out.
If I could mention one thing too, I forgot to demonstrate this product. This is my neck guard product. And we had a contract with a major retailer a few years ago, but the timing was bad with the economy and some other things. But I've redesigned this because there are several airline manufacturers that are interested in this as well. We had a foam version originally. It worked well, but being foam, it tended to trap body heat. And so people were putting it on upside down, backwards. It wasn't clear how to put it on. So I went back to the drawing board and designed this. And there's only one way to put it on. It's got a replaceable cover that's very easy to put on and take off. And basically you just slip it behind your neck, clip it to your belt, like this. You adjust the strapping, and then it just allows you to work safely and comfortably overhead without risking an injury. So,
you should have mentioned that way earlier.
Yeah, just nerves. This was kind of developed for the average contractor. It will certainly work well for them. For auto manufacturers and airline, they need something that's going to accommodate a hard hat. So I have a version right now that we've bent this down to accommodate a hard hat, and it works extremely well. You know, $10,000 to $15,000 max is what it's going to cost to do that. But certainly we've got a great product now. We've got 2 versions of it that should cover, you know, 75% of the market. We're looking to get something non-conductive so that we can explore that other 25%.
Micah, I see you doing a lot of nodding. What's happening over there?
I'm gonna have to be out. I apologize. I love the idea. I wish it was further along. I wish I was more familiar with FDA. I think you've got something here.
It sounds like Todd has some great products and there's a lot of interest here, but it's just not in your bailiwick. And so it doesn't sound like, unless I'm missing something, that we're not going to get a deal funded here. Is that right?
Sorry,
Probably.
Todd.
Okay.
I'm a sales guy. You got to.
Wish you the best, man. Keep going with this, though.
All right. Well,
thank you, Todd.
Thanks.
Thank you.
There's still much more to come right here on Dream Funders. Next, a local woman who says she can make anyone look like a cake boss. Now, if she could only get some financial backing, that would be the icing on the cake. See if she gets it when we come back on Dream Funders. Thanks for joining us on Dream Funders. I'm Melissa Fraser with our esteemed panel of investors that we like to call Funders. And right now, it's time to meet our next dreamer.
Hi Funders. My name is Jennifer Nally. I'm here with my company, Delicious Designs, and I am searching for $15,000 in exchange for 20% of my business. I have been making custom cakes for about 2 years now, and I have come through a lot of people that have told me, wow, I wish I could do what you do. So my idea was to come up with a template or pattern for them to easily learn how to do what I do. I take a sugar sheet and I have a pre-printed design on top of it. All they have to do is take off the backing and put it right on their already iced cake. Then they take their pre-packaged buttercream icings that come with them and just fill in the pattern. As easy as coloring a coloring page. This is one of the cakes that I have done with this pattern here. Would you like to see it up close?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It smells delicious.
Why are you holding out on this? What's the story with that?
Okay.
How long did that take?
Maybe 10 minutes. But I do cakes all the time, yes. Right. I do cakes all the time, but I do not think that it would take anybody else any longer. The Delicious Designs kit would come with 1 pre-printed design sheets. It would come with 3 to 4 pre-filled, ready-to-use packages like this. I made these myself, not the actual package. but I made the sealing myself on these. These packages come with the tips already pre-made on them. All you have to do is cut them off at different angles and it will give you a different effect. So there's no need to buy extra tips or anything else like that, or all the ingredients to make the buttercream.
Are the instructions for the different angles included?
Yes, ma'am. That would be included in the package.
Okay.
So do you have a full package with you? What does it look like?
Basically, what you see here would be what would be included. Only thing that I do not have right with me today is the instructions. I'm still working on those. It would have the 3 to 4 packages about this size because it wouldn't take much icing for you to decorate the top. This is one example of one of the designs I have made. It needs to be nice and big so that everybody would be able to fill it in. Kids would enjoy doing them even just as a fun hobby, just to decorate them and then eat them because it's completely edible. The part of the funding that I'm asking for would go toward getting the printers and the edible ink to be able to print these off. It is completely edible. This is a sugar sheet. It comes with a plastic backing on it. All you do is peel it off and you stick it right on top of your pre-iced cake. It melts into the icing that's already on there. And then all you have left is your beautiful design. Could you tell that I had used a stencil? Nope, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
Now, where are you selling these currently?
Currently, I am not selling them. I'm using them with my own personal friends and family, but not anywhere online. Ideally, I would love to get into a bigger place, maybe even a licensing deal, or even start my own online business selling these. Well, that would be ideal.
What's your price point on this? Have you added up your costs?
What I'm shooting at, it would take probably less than about $3 to make a whole package. That would be including the label, the packaging, the bag, everything that come in. This I would probably sell anywhere from about $10 to $12 at the grocery store or any place like that, or the retail facility. If you're at home making your own cake and you are buying the ingredients at the store, it's only going to cost you maybe $10 to do that. And then you add $10 in to get this, to make it your own design when you created it. It easily costs you $60 to $100 to get a personalized custom cake done, easily. Something like this at a nearby smaller sized bakery would be closer to $60 just for this. So, and this would cost you $20.
How you make the actual sugar sheet? How is that made, start to finish?
Okay, on the sugar sheets, I do not make the sugar sheets. I would order the sugar sheets wholesale. They come just a plain white. It's an 8.5 by 10.5 size. You can get them bigger, but that's the size I would mainly be working with. You put them through the edible ink printer, and I upload the drawings that I have or that I would like to see, and then they print straight on there. It comes out with the edible ink, everything's ready to go. It kind of makes it your own artwork that's on the cake without you having to have the creative thought to think, well, what would I put on there? There would be, you can use it on all kinds of things. Every holiday, you could have it on, you could make them small enough for cookies, even.
And what would you use the $15,000 for?
That would be to purchase printers, ink, plenty of inventory for the sugar sheets, the buttercream, all of that. I would really like to put a lot of that into marketing and getting my website up and running for them. I think that would be a great thing to help start a business here in Louisville. I mean, it's unlimited, the designs you could come up with.
What do you think? Will this be the next big thing? Find out what our funders have to say about it when we come back to the Fraser History Museum on Dream Funders. Welcome back to Dream Funders, a matchmaking show that's all about business. Hopefully matching big ideas with big bucks. I'm Melissa Fraser, inside the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville. Earlier, Jennifer Nally pitched an idea to our panel that she says can turn anyone into a master cake decorator.
So, my idea was to come up with a template or pattern for them to easily learn how to do what I do. I take a sugar sheet and I have a pre-printed design on top of it. All they have to do is take off the backing and put it right on their already iced cake.
It's like paint by numbers in the kitchen. But is anyone on our panel of investors ready to bite? Funders, what say you?
I'm sorry to still go back to that, but when the sheets come in, they come in squares, or they're already cut? How do you cut that? I see that it notices.
I cut them out myself.
You cut them manually, okay.
I print it off. Yeah, you can print multiple images on one sheet. It can be cut in half. Like obviously this one, it's an 8.5 by 10.5 sheet of paper. So it's about regular size letter paper, okay? And then we could probably fit 2 of those on there side by side, and that would save even on the sugar sheet use as far as money is concerned.
Seems like if you could sell the sugar sheets at more of a custom order, let someone use their own icing from the store, they could get their own colors, decorate if they want, your shipping would go down, potentially packaging, cost, everything. Is that something you've considered? Or?
Yes,
Okay.
that is being considered. That's a great point. I love it. The main thing, the reason I include and kind of sell it with the buttercream already like this is because of the tip being on here. These were not made by me, these bags were not, so I'm not claiming that I came up with these. They're just a great invention. This takes away the having to go out and spend extra money on having to buy special tips to make different designs. That can get quite costly. I have them, I have several, so I do know that they are costly and what it costs to buy all that extra added things when you start making cakes on your own. So this takes away all of that, having to go buy the extra bags. You have to buy the extra tips. Well, I don't have that tip, so I have to go buy that tip. It's very difficult.
What do you do for a living and what is your background?
Currently, I am a stay-at-home mother. I was working at an elementary school locally for 4 years where my sons go to school. I was a teacher's assistant there. I decided that I wanted to stay at home and help my kids learn better and also do the cakes for family and friends.
I think you're onto something, but truthfully, I think it's more of a hobby right now that you have to figure out. I would suggest even doing some focus groups. You gotta, give this kit to them and see what kind of questions come out of that. See if they go, I would like to have a different color. I would like to have different, see what comes out of that focus group. And I think you can maybe identify those little niche pieces of your business that could really make this thing special.
I'm going to be honest, I really like it. I think to me this has bigger plays. I just did a license with DreamWorks Animation for all their characters, Shrek, Madagascar, How to Train Your Dragon, every one of those movies. I can see a play where licensing with NFL, NBA colleges allow you game day cakes. It allows you a lot of different things. I think there is a play here that could really move this business along. I think I would be in a very good position to help you. My only concern really is, can it be scaled and how big it can go? Because I think you have a real opportunity here. I like the product. It's a little bit of a gamble, but it's not a big gamble.
Thank you.
And I think, if Phil's interested in it and come in and we split the thing and go in and we find the way to put you in an office and put you up, I'd be more than interested in doing the deal.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, he mentioned something that's very important, the licensing part of this deal. Recently, an acquaintance of mine got a licensing agreement with the 2 largest universities in this part of the state or the country, and I would never thought they'd do it, but I think that we can help you maybe get into the university.
Oh, wow.
There's no. I already have licenses with my Happy Feet product on every college that we ever really want. That part is pretty easy, and I'm already in discussions with a couple of other major studios on movies that are upcoming as well.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, sounds like you have an offer here from 2 great professionals to help you get this thing off the ground. What do you say to that?
Say thank you, God. Thank you, thank you.
Oh. Awesome.
Can I come over and say something?
That'd be great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. Great
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Dream Funders. On behalf of all of the funders, the dreamers, and the whole crew behind the scenes, I'm Melissa Fraser, and we'll see you next time on Dream Funders.